Am I the asshole for not telling a guy at a seminar that the report he was correcting me on was actually mine? Hi, I'm Maya, and I work in a niche area of environmental policy and water management, mostly focused on local level legislation and sustainability research. It's a specialized area, and while my name isn't famous, within our little research community, I've co authored a few respected reports and led one that got published last year by a European Policy Institute. Last weekend, I attended a sustainability workshop in Brussels with colleagues and guests from various sectors: academics, consultants, engineers. During one of the breakout sessions, I was chatting with the small group when a man named Julian joined. He works as an environmental consultant and apparently advises municipalities on water-related issues. We got into a discussion about greywater recycling, something I wrote extensively about in the report I led. I shared an argument about how certain legal restrictions in smaller EU states impact real-world implementation. Julian cut me off with, "Actually, that's not accurate," and then proceeded to explain why, citing a white paper that he said really clarified this issue. Yep, it was my report, and he quoted it wrongly. I was a bit shocked at how confidently wrong he was, but I didn't correct him. He then launched into a 15-minute explanation, summarizing my work to me and throwing in completely misinterpreted conclusions. I asked some leading questions like, "Are you sure that was the argument?" And "What do you think the author meant by the case study from Croatia?" He just doubled down each time. I honestly found it kind of hilarious, so I let it play out. When we were packing up at the end of the day, I casually said, "By the way, that paper you were referencing, I wrote that." He went silent for a few seconds and then said, "You could have said something earlier instead of letting me make a fool of myself." I replied, "You didn't give me much room." Later that evening, I got a text from a mutual connection who'd been at the event saying Julian felt humiliated and that I set him up and should have just told him earlier to avoid making things awkward. I honestly didn't plan to embarrass him. I just didn't feel like fighting to speak when he clearly wasn't listening. It wasn't in front of a crowd, just a few people who probably didn't care. But now I'm wondering if I was a bit petty and if I should have handled it differently. Am I the asshole for not telling Julian I wrote the report he misquoted until the end?